Well, that's the way to kick it. Across there, that's a mark to Curran or a free kick.
The umpire, he didn't actually indicate as to what it was, but he's just pointed to say Curran's free kick. Could have been either the mark or the free kick, and Curran has played well today. He's kicked 2 goals out of the Hawthorn total of 14 goals, 12, and I think this will be another one. Curran going goalward now, putting it on its way. The kick looks good. The umpire directly up ahead. And another goal to Hawthorn, another goal to Curran, and possibly the swan song for Geelong. Hawthorn 15-12, Geelong 12 goals 10. That's 102 to 82.
Yes, and that'll make it very difficult for Geelong now. That's 11 and a half minutes gone in this final quarter. A very handy goal to Peter Curran. Beautiful kick across to the scoring side of the ground. That was a beautiful pass.
At the bounce, umpire Robertson. Umpiring today with Peter Carey. Big Deer opposing Flanagan. Flanagan got the tap. Williams from the centre. Hand passes backwards to Bruns. Bruns left footed now in toward the half-forward zone, looking for Schultz. Thumped away. It's on the turf now, coming down to the wing, which picked up by Buse. His hand pass went backwards. It was a bad hand pass for Neil. But coming on now is Cole, giving it was a free kick to Neil in actual fact. And he will take that from the wing.
Well, a very good umpiring display by Robinson and Carey today. And there's a mark. Now, is this Schultz? I think it is. And he and Older Dice, they look older Dice, I should say. They both look similar. They're both very promising players for the future for the Cats. I don't think he'll make the distance from there because...
It's just about kicking right into it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just about right into the breeze.
Although the stands could give him some protection.
Well, there's a pack of players up there. It'll be surprising if anyone could take a mark from this pack. There's the kick. A floater. Oh, it's still floating, all right. That is an excellent kick by Michael Schultz. He's put it through, and the Cats are back in business once again because they've moved on to 13 goals, 10 to Hawthorn, 15 goals, 12. The difference of 2 goals, 2.
Well, that was he had more confidence in his kicking than you had in him, didn't he?
Well, most other players from that position, as you well know, Jack, have been leaving him short all day.
Yeah, he got that one in very well. He put it up high too, and it just seemed to keep going. It was a good kick at the centre bounce. 13 minutes into the final term. 102 to 88. Nothing in it. 14 points in favour of Hawthorn. Williams looking for the hand pass. Has to kick. He kicks high. He is again. That's Schultz up high. Couldn't take the mark that time. Free kick, the umpire said, though. He won't kick this one.
Well, a goal here. Would that make it interesting?
He won't kick this one. Listen, it's Buse getting the free kick. Putting it up high, hopeful for Jackson, who's got a good position. Ablett's there, Jackson looking for the free kick. Ablett and Jackson often clashing today. Taken away by Robertson and put down towards Tuck on the wing position. Tuck doing it well, cleverly. Kicks it off the ground, puts it up towards the half-forward zone. Matthews went in, gained control of the ball. In one sense, yes, a free kick.
Yes, I thought he deserved a free kick there. Off he goes, Lethal Lee, onto the left foot. He's looking for another evergreen player in Tuck. He goes for the big hook shot, and I think he's put it out of bounds on the full. A bit of experience there between Tuck and Matthews. That'll be nearly 600 league games.
Yeah, a lot of experience, a lot of talent there between the two. And it's Tui who will take the free kick from down there in the back pocket position.
Well, give it a couple of years, 1 or 2 years, I suppose we'll see both of them out of the Hawthorn side in retirement, I would think.
Yes, that might be next year too, I think, Pete. There's the kick high, up towards Big Flanagan. Diaz there for Hawthorn. Could nearly have been paid that mark. He picks up quickly. Good football for a big ruckman and taken by Malarkey. Malarkey looking for somewhere to go. There was no one on the outer side. He's thought of Terry Bright. He's changed his mind, and there he's gone into that forward pocket of the back flank looking for Hocking. Nearly a mark too. Tapped on by Curran. That was good football. Got it away from Russo, but Russo dives back and gets it back to Lester Smith, who hooks around the flank, looking for a teammate. Little Buse goes in there, but the mark will be paid, I would think, to Buckenara.
Gutsy mark by Buckenara. He could have really been collected there. He centres the ball, looking for Dermot Brereton. It's punched away. Back it comes to Russo, or was it Loveridge? Over to Handley. Handley lines up the goals, and Robert Handley has put it through for a very handy goal. That hand pass was given across by Loveridge, in fact. And Geelong are trailing. They're on 13-10-88. Hawthorn on 16-12, 108.
Yeah, it's 15 minutes now, 15 and a half gone in the final term, and every time Geelong looked like getting close to Hawthorn, that's a second goal to Handley, by the way, too. Every time Geelong looked like getting close to Hawthorn, Another goal goes on the board for the Hawthorn team. Still the 20-point margin. Very dark out there too. We must be getting a bit of rain on the way, I think. Thumped out by Flanagan. A chance for Schultz. That was nearly a throw. Neil got a hand pass working over, and it's Buse of Geelong going forward. He hooks it around, tries to keep it in play. Jackson's strength. Nearly one out on that occasion. He threw it back between his legs. The umpire didn't deem it to be a throw. We'll see a boundary throw in taking place.
Yes, Jacko had a brilliant second quarter here at Princes Park, where he kicked a couple of terrific snap-shot goals, which really livened up the crowd. He kicked 3 goals in that quarter. He's kicked 4 for the game. Langford doing all right against him, though, at the moment, as we see Tuck, a hand pass back to Mew, who's been an excellent player. He's really played close to Gary Ablett and put him right out of the game since quarter time. Ablett, as I said earlier, a brilliant first quarter, 3 goals and a mark of the day, and a tremendous disciplined effort by Chris Mew, as we see Ayres punching the ball away. Here's a chance for Scratcher Neil. He swings onto the left foot. He kicks it back. He's looking for Jacko. Out he comes. Too slow to get there on that occasion. Russell Green's there. Oh, he's got men all over the place to kick it to here. He elects to kick it to Lester Smith, and here come the Hawks. A hand pass. Finds Eade. A short pass, finds Buckenara. They've got loose men everywhere, Hawthorn. Buckenara sprints away, and he goes for the long kick at goal. Oh, boy, what beautiful football that was by Hawthorn, capped off with a magnificent goal by Gary Buckenara, and that's made the game safe. Hawthorn 17-12, 114 to Geelong 13-10, 88. Tui's got on top of him in the second half, but he's still, battled hard, Brereton. There's Russo, who's been an outstanding player. But it's a free kick going here to Greg Williams. He hates to kick a ball, Greg Williams. He'll probably even be looking for the hand pass from this set shot here.
Well, I think he has to have a kick. Because
now he goes a short one.
A very short pass too, taken by Tuck. He doesn't have to hurry. Hawthorn look fairly safe. Tuck puts it out wide. The pass is good. And the mark taken by Curran. He'd nearly make the distance with this breeze behind him. Curran puts it up high. It's a long shot toward goal, just off target and through for 1 behind only. So 17-13, 115 is the Hawthorn total, and Geelong on 13-10, 88. The Malarkey must have been a long way up the field then, has to come back here and gather the ball in for the kick in from the full-back position. Malarkey not sure as to where to go. Little Buse is calling for the ball. It's a high kick up toward Tui. Brereton's there, and Brereton takes the mark.
Yes, lovely mark to Dermott. He's been an excellent player, 14 kicks. And he's taken 9 marks, so that's not a bad effort for a centre-half forward. 9 marks as he kicks it. Who's going to go for it? Tall player there for Geelong. Couldn't take the mark. Let's see, Malarkey cops one in the back from Curran. He plays on over to Terry Bright. He's tried hard. Up in the air. It's all Hawthorn though. Greg Deere over the back, and Brereton nearly took his 10th mark for the game. Now it's Buse. Over there to Christensen. Marty Christensen. Towards half forward, and there's Gary Ablett taking a mark in front of Mew. Now Ablett swings away. He runs to centre half forward. Onto the left foot goes Ablett, and he puts it out of bounds on the full.
I don't know about that. Don't know about that.
Did you think it was a bit hungry?
A bit hungry, all right. God, strike me. First kick for the quarter, yeah, I don't know about that bit. There's the kick in from the last line of defence down toward Flanagan, but a good mark to Chris Mew. Mew will go in toward the half-forward zone. You can see Brereton leading. He may not make that distance. It's not a bad kick. It wobbled a bit off the boot. Brereton got nearly to the flight of the ball. Bright giving chase for Geelong. Well done by Robertson. Got a hand pass downfield too. Russell Green swings back. Has plenty of time to have a look around for someone. He can see a little fella out there. It's Loveridge, but he can't take the mark. He's quick off the ground though. Loveridge tries to get it out. Can't do so, and Malarkey takes it from him, but the umpire wins out. He'll have the last say. Peter Carey.
We've seen patches in this quarter of Hawthorn's brilliant teamwork as they've streamed down the ground in that formation they normally have. There's Tuck's been an excellent player Jack, I think you'll agree, as we see Hocking.
Only since quarter time.
Yes, that's right. And he's come right into the game as Hocking gives it back to Buse. Now, Buse streams up the ground. He ought to kick the ball, I think. Now he elects to hand pass, and I think they might have messed it up.
That's the way to fix it.
Hip and shoulder bump, but they mucked that up. They should have kicked the ball. Now it's let Hawthorn in, as we see Russell Green over to Russo. Russo will go for home with the long kick. It's a long one, but I think it's all malarkey. He ducks back. Oh, Matthews put himself in. Morgan, hand pass away to Tui. Tui kicks it right out wide. Neville Bruns is sitting out there on his own. He's got the loose man if he can sneak around. Oh, gee, he gets it smothered by Loveridge. In goes Ayres. He goes in very hard after the football. Over to Marty Christensen. He'll look for Jacko. Jacko against Langford, and Jacko drops the mark. He went for it one-handed, but he picks up. No, he doesn't pick up. He's playing it on in front of him. Now he picks up, snaps it back, and he's put it out of bounds on the full, and the Hawthorn supporters behind the goal are absolutely ecstatic.
Wasn't a bad try, though. It was a very good try.
It was a good effort.
Gets it out there. As Kennedy kicked that in, I think, and Russell Green takes the mark. Green taking plenty of time. He's in no great hurry to get it moving. Puts it down toward the centre of the ground. Bright in front. Buckenara spoils. Over toward Robertson, who taps it down. And the umpire was what, Pete?
Played interference, as we see Bright up towards Jackson and Langford. Jacko over the back. Cop one right in the face. And Jacko, oh, he's whacked. Oh, Jacko's hit. Oh, Jacko's hit. Hit him right in the face. I think you're gone, Jacko.
Oh, he's gone. That's no doubt about it.
You're gone, Jacko. He hit Ayres right in the face.
Well, that is 3 reported Geelong players this afternoon. Now it's on for young and old. I think that boxing career of his has gone to his head. Let's face it, look, he got a clip across the ear. I don't know how many he's given out.
But he had the kick and the mark, and he had the free kick.
Well, now he won't have the kick now, of course.
Oh, boy.
He won't have the kick now. It'll be taken from him. And there the goal umpire's got him too. I think the goal
umpire might have reported him as well.
He's taken his number also, so he's reported by at least 2 umpires. In fact, I can see 3 of them riding.
Oh, he's gone too for making a gesture to the umpire, I think. Yes, the umpire's speaking to him. He might be gone again.
You reckon that'll do any good? Speaking to him? Well, if Geelong hadn't lost the game just prior to that they have now, Jackson could have got that goal.
Oh, Jackson.
He's had a go at Langford.
Oh, he's having a go at Langford behind the play. Jacko.
Well, I don't think it's going to do much good.
There's the Geelong player's gone down with one to the head now. But, well, Tommy Hapey won't be too happy. 3 players.
Lee Matthews going crook there too. It's the first time I've seen him go crook today.
Well, 3 players have to front the tribunal for Geelong. That's not good news for them, as we see. Oh, we see Ken Judge down towards Brereton. Judge has been an excellent player all day, as he's had many possessions. And
it's on again.
It's on. Oh, Jacko's given another one. Oh, boy. Langford copped one.
I think Langford's going to accommodate him anyhow.
Langford won't stand back. He copped one there.
Now, Ablett doesn't want to get himself reported.
Look, Tommy Hapey should get him off the ground.
Well, I think the runner's going out now. I think he might be gone again.
I think he's gone again.
Yes, he's gone again. Umpire Ian Robertson's writing in the book.
I think he's
There's a runner going out to him.
Yeah, another name, same name, but...
who was it, Hawthorn?
Now, why isn't Tommy Hapey taking him off the ground?
Well, I haven't seen any runner go out to him either, so I don't know. Now, what's going on in the football world? Down the other end, Joe? Yeah, that's where the ball is. I'm not too sure what happened down there. Anyhow, the ball's on the outer wing position, and the mark has been taken out there. It's been a good mark, taken by Big Greg Deere.
It's going to be a long quarter now, Jack.
Long quarter's only been going 25 minutes. It seems like it's been going 35 minutes already. But Deere with the ball, being told now to play on. He got tackled a bit high. He actually threw the ball away. The tackle was too high. Now that's 15 minutes. You're going to get
I've been reported for that. Another Geelong player's gone.
Gosh.
Ablett is reported for deliberately kicking the ball away, and that is the rule that came in at the start of the year.
Ian Robertson knows he's going out Monday night, so he might as well make a night of it.
Well, there's another one. 4 Geelong blokes up, and Jacko behind the play, and Langford is still going on with it. As we see Gary Ayres, let's get back to the football. Gary Ayres, but I'm very disappointed that that nothing has been done on the Geelong forward line.
Nothing's been done from the Geelong box either. There's been
that's
no
what I'm talking about.
No run to go out, nothing.
We see Robert Neal up towards the centre wing area. Couches there. It's Alderdice. Oh, he bounced the ball and was held. That is holding the ball.
The umpires don't know which way to look. They're keeping their eye peeled up to the right of screen, up with the Jackson end, and they're trying to watch the game at the same time. They just don't know which way to look.
Oh, gee. A Geelong player's gone down behind the play.
That was
Matthews goes down.
Matthews in the centre.
A Geelong player went down. Matthews is down. There is... Oh, that's going on everywhere here. And Geelong player is still down.
Lester Smith's got someone down there too.
And now the goal umpire's out talking to Langford and someone's gone again. The goal umpire has spoken to Langford, spoken to Jackson. I don't know whether Langford's gone or Jackson's gone again. I'm not sure.
Well, all I'm going to say is I don't care.
This is a disgrace.
I don't care who thinks Jackson can play football. He's virtually started all this.
Lee Matthews is being led off the ground. He's copped one in the mouth. Jackson's coming down. Have a go at him. There's Lee, blood all over his nose. Have a look at it.
Now the umpire, Peter Carey.
Well, the umpires haven't had much chance. There's no way known the umpires could have controlled that situation.
Look at that. Look at Matthews.
I saw 2 or 3 king hits.
Look at Matthews. I think something has to be done at the top level about this.
Neville Bruns is still nearly out to it. He's being led off the ground behind the play. He copped one behind the play.
There's Bruns is gone. Look at him.
Bruns has copped one right in the snout. He's in a bad way, as we'll get on with the football. Down towards full forward. The mark has been taken for Hawthorn. Don't tell me that's Gary Ayres down there having a shot for goal, is it?
I don't know what's going on.
Gary Ayres, 30 metres out for goal. He sneaked down the forward line. Neville Bruns has been led off the ground. And Gary Ayres, unusual for Gary Ayres, he's gone down, have a pot shot at goal.
I think there's something going on. I think there's something going on down in the coach's box there too. The police are there. Just below us down there, there's a lot of activity.
He's missed, Gary Ayres. And, well, let's get back to the football for a moment.
Well, it's pretty hard to do that, Peter, with so much going on about you, because Matthews we see taken from the ground, and we also saw Bruns taken from the ground.
Well, I had a great view of both incidents, Jack. I won't comment now what happened, but they were 2 king hits behind the play. That's all I'll say.
Right, the football's on out there, I think. The hand pass comes up. Going to be a hard ball now to take. Taken by Neal, given up to Big Flanagan. Big Flanagan tries to brush the opposition
Too
away.
long.
Eventually got penalised for holding the ball, and it will be a free kick going the way of Colin Robertson of Hawthorn. The scoreboard, by the way, is 17-15, 117 to Hawthorn. Geelong 13 goals, 10-88. The kick from Robertson into the forward pocket. Buckenara is there with Curran. Taken away here by Hocking of Geelong, who kicks toward the centre of the ground. Ablett's there, can't take the mark, spoilt by Mew, who rode the bump well, got a small kick down field, down towards Big Burn. A chance for Tui. Can't do a lot with it, and we'll see a bounce taking place. The game's been going 29 minutes. It seems like it's been going 2 hours, 90 minutes.
In all fairness to Tom Hapey, as far as taking Jackson off, I think that the 2 players on the bench who are hobbling. They've brought on a player who is hobbling in Shane Williams, so obviously they had injured players. There's Tuck. Over to Curran. Curran gets it back to Buckenara. Buckenara looking for Robertson. Oh, gee, it's heated out there. Buse, a hand pass, but it's a free kick going back towards the half-back line where umpire Carey, full marks to the umpires. They've done their job. They've been excellent all day, umpires Robinson and Carey, and they had no chance whatsoever to control king hits behind the play.
There's the kick up to the wing position member side of the ground, a mark taken by Greg Williams. Williams of Geelong looking up to the half-forward zone, decides on a hand pass to Hocking. The ball going up towards Jackson. Jackson sets himself, can't take the mark. The ball on the turf. He's thought about tapping it underneath his feet. It's been kicked away off the ground toward Robertson. Robertson going out wide. There's a chance for Judge. He's all by himself at this stage of the game, but not for long. Oof. In came Morgan. Judge dives in on top of the ball again. Picked up nicely. Got a hand pass away to Loveridge. Loveridge gets it moving, or will eventually, down to the half-forward zone. It goes down towards Bright. can't take the mark. A chance for Tui. Tui comes away from the half-back line and kicks back towards O'Keefe. O'Keefe on the centre wing, can't take the mark. Ayres is there for Hawthorn. He could get a hand pass back. He's being tackled. We're not in possession, and it will be a free kick.
Well, already the time clock, Jack. There it is. There's the siren. What a sensational last quarter here at Princess Park. Hawthorn have won 17-15, 117 to Geelong 13-10, 88. And oh boy, Jacko charges off the ground, and it was an unbelievable last quarter.
You're watching Seven's Big League, part of the Nissan.
On top in the freeze, handballs and hit-outs. In the goals for Hawthorn, first of all, Curran and Brereton got 3 apiece and 2 to Loveridge, Matthews and Handley. And for Geelong, Jackson got 4 goals and Ablett got 3 goals, and he got those 3 goals in the first quarter. Buse got 2 and Alderdice also got 2 goals. So things certainly finishing in a state of confusion out at Princess Park this afternoon. I think we might go up to Scott Palmer for a preliminary report on the happenings up there, as Peter McKenna and Jack Edwards described it certainly a sensation at Princess Park. Scotty, what's the latest? All right, well, Scotty, our communications between him and us down here aren't possibly what they should be. We'll take a break and hopefully we can go back to him.
Seven's Big League.
At Princess Park this afternoon.
Yes, thanks, Peter. Princess Park is in turmoil tonight. 13 reports, and Mark Jackson, Jacko, he's in 8 of them. All hell broke loose between Hawthorn and Geelong after 24 minutes had been played in that last quarter at Princess Park. Neville Bruns tonight has a fractured jaw. Lee Matthews a smashed nose. And the Cats, they're really fuming. They have Tui on 2 charges, Bruns on 1 and Ablett on another. Gary Ayres of Hawthorn also has been booked. Both clubs have put a blanket ban on players talking to the press tonight about that incident. But it'll make headlines, all right. I'll see you a bit later.
OK, thanks, Scotty. It certainly will make headlines, and of course we'll be having more on that during World of Sport tomorrow. Let's check the goal kickers now. Still on top today, Michael Roach. He didn't score a goal today. Bernie Quinlan got 1 to crack the half-century for the season. Simon Beasley only 3 for 46. Brian Taylor only 1 for 42, and Gary Ablett 3 goals for also a total of 42 for the season. Now, if you're having a punt on the football this afternoon, it came out like this in Footy Bet. Fitzroy selection 6, 5.65. Footscray selection 8, 11.15. Essendon selection 23, $3.85. North Melbourne selection $29.10, and Hawthorn selection 5, returning $5.90. And time now for a regular feature during Seven's Big League on a Saturday night. It's fantastic footy flashbacks. I think we saw the footy quad there. We might get back to it because we can come back to that in just a second. 103.85. Fitzroy, Footscray, Essendon and North selection 3, 3, 9 and 8. $103.85. Plenty happening tonight. All right, fantastic footy flashbacks. Here's Sandy.
Thank you, Peter, and welcome once again to NEC's fantastic footy flashbacks. Well, the person we're going to be featuring in our segment tonight, to the young kids, will be known far better as a coach, but he was also a great player in his time. For the kids, his coaching record is an absolute gem. He coached Carlton between 1965 and 71, and in that time took them to 2 premierships. Then he crossed over to North Melbourne in 1973 through until 1980, again another 2 premiership flags. Now he's with the Melbourne club and is hoping to turn his magic into the Demons and in turn bring them a flag. I'm speaking about Ronald Dale Barassi. Let's have a look at him as a player.
Goes down to the centre, 65 yards out, but I think he might be going to have a shot. No, he's looking for Roweth, and it's a nice one too, as Roweth makes lovely position in that full forward position. Nearly now he's looking for Barassi, and Barassi leading in it, and he takes a nice one. Barassi in front of Murray, or nearly lost. Well, I don't think it was his trousers, it was his jumper going up. I thought it was his trousers coming down. Barassi about 45 yards out, just off from the centre. It's a nice shot, it's a lovely kick. He just screws it off the side of his foot to Barassi in the forward pocket.
Barassi leading out from goals. Ashton takes a nice mark.
Dale it again, screws it around with his left foot. Barassi will mark right in front, about 35, 40 yards out. Dixon across to Abrahams. Abrahams can't handle it properly. Gets it in, though, to Whitten. Whitten got rid of it. Barassi's up there, has a shot for goal.
His kick is not a very good one. Right
Barassi marks, runs off his mark, keeps going. A kick up to chance to Hugh Mitchell.
Shay now, a drop kick to the inner side. Lovely drop kick, puts it right out here. Oh, glorious mark taken by Ronald Dale Barassi.
Collingwood with this time Wayne Richardson. Oh, look at that, Barassi.
Tim Reed's there and waits for the ball. Oh, Barassi found him.
Towards the Carlton territory. Racing after it is Barassi. Hall shepherds beautifully there. Hall picks up, hand passes to Barassi. Barassi hooks it in. He shapes up, he shoots from an acute angle. Oh, remarkable. Yeah, in a bit of trouble there. They're still going, and Barassi comes out again. I'll tell you what, he's starting to exert some influence. Nichols!
Takes it, hand passes it again. There's a chance for Barassi. He's going to run into trouble, though. No, gets out of it slightly. Still in a bit of bother. Nobody helping him. Has a high kick in towards full forward. Jones in the middle of the pack there. No mark. Silvani pops it at goal, and it's right through.
Kicks up to the half-forward flank on the stand side. Barassi well shepherded by Bennett comes in. Barassi takes one bounce. A hand pass across here. Almost messed up by Gallagher. Gallagher recovers the short one to Barassi. Barassi a hand pass to Bennett. Bennett puts it through.
Well, that was good football.
It's backing back, but it's picked up and hand pass to Barassi. Barassi to Greenwood. Oh, it bounces high, but it's right on it. Touched, is it? They're trying to kick it as goal umpire. What is it? Yes, it's a goal.
Great to see Ron Barassi in action, a man who has now coached more than 450 games of VFL football, and I'm sure there are still a lot left in Mr. Barassi. Again, we went right around Australia for requests coming in for Ron, from Lane Cove up there in Sydney, from Airport West in Victoria, and another one from Lane Cove in Sydney, and a couple from Western Australia, also from South Australia. So once again, thanks for your letters, and don't forget, if you'd like to see your favourite star in action, then just contact us here at NEC Fantastic Footy Flashbacks. Write to us, Channel 7, Dorcas Street, South Melbourne, and put your request on the back of the envelope, and Pete, we'll look after the rest.
Throughout season
side of it, because there was a football game did go on yesterday at Princes Park. Conditions were very, very difficult, but the Hawthorn had jumped Geelong very, very early, but then all of a sudden Gary Ablett just went berserk on the forward line. He kicked 3 goals. He was in sensational form. He was jumping over packs. Then Alan Jeans made a great move. He put Chris Mew straight onto him, and Russell Morris went back onto Jackson, and that put Gary Ablett out of the game for the rest of the game. We saw a great second quarter by Mark Jackson, where he kicked 3 great goals. Now there is Ken Judge. Their half-forward line was tremendous. There's Dermot Brereton, took 11 or 12 marks. Judge was great, and Peter Curran came back from the side and played an excellent game also. Now, full marks to Bernard Toohey. He went on to Dermot Brereton, and Toohey tried his heart out all day and ended up, there's one of Ablett's marks. His unbelievable leap, Gary Ablett. But Hawthorn generally were 2 or 3 goals better than Geelong all day, but the Cats did not throw the towel in at any stage, and I think that's something Hafey would have been delighted with in the game. There's Lee Matthews taking an excellent mark in front of the pack.
Yeah, we talked about the situation. We had to talk about it a while ago, Peter. Do you believe the VFL should do something about it because they run the game and have an inquiry because they are VFL players?
Yes,
we judge them, but
there's going to be a lot go on, of course, at the tribunal on Monday night, but I certainly think that the VFL will do something about this particular incident. I don't want to say any more about it. I think enough was said at the start of the show, and of course in the coach's corner, Alan Jeans had his say as well, and I think it's been pretty well documented in all the papers and at the start of the show.
Does Allardyce look like being a good player?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned him, Bob. I know a young bloke called Schultz too shows promise. Now, Allardyce, there is no doubt in my mind in future years we're going to see a real star player. Even last week playing on Paul Roos, even though he was beaten, he just did things that reminded me of a player of real class, and I think he's a bloke that Geelong can build their forward line around in the future.
Pete, your votes, please.
Well, I gave all Hawthorn players the votes, even though Bernard Toohey played particularly well, and Scratcher Neal and Neville Bruns. But I gave 1 to Dermot Brereton, the hardest position on the field without a doubt as centre-half forward, and he took 11 or 12 marks, a great game. 2 votes I gave to Chris Mew because he stopped the match winner for Geelong. He kept Jackson kickless, and then he took Ablett right out of the game. A great performance. No doubt in my mind the best man on the ground, playing on the wing. The ball just followed him like a magnet, was Peter Russo.
All right, thank you, Pete, for that report. We'll take a break, but coming up in just a moment...